Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is Ben. That's my hand. It's a powerful hand. You might like it. Guys, I told you earlier today at 8:30 a.m. on my show, which, by the way, make sure to watch that. And you're going to want to stay tuned tomorrow, by the way, for the 8:30 a.m. show and the 11:30 a.m. show, as we continue to diagnose some of the stuff that we're going to talk about in tonight's video. But the fact is, I told you this morning, crypto's dead. I told you, crypto's dead. Bitcoin is now at $25,200. There's no question it's going down tremendously. And guys, even Elon Musk capitulated. Oh, let me try and tighten this thing up. I hate how this thing shakes. I can shake pretty good myself. Guys, listen. Oh, that was a joke, by the way, kind of. But here's the fact. There is a rumor going on right now that SpaceX just dumped $400 million worth of Bitcoin. We're going to talk about that in a second, but I want to explain what an OG in crypto does. Let me explain what an OG in crypto does, how you make that money in crypto, and the difference between me and, I don't know, maybe me and you, maybe me and your friends, maybe me and people that don't ever make money in crypto, like, whatever. That was actually a real bump. I might tighten that up enough. But the point here is this, guys. I see the price dropping, right? Price is dumping tremendously. I get an alert on my phone. I'm walking into a place. I get an alert on my phone that Ethereum had just dropped like, I don't know, 7%, something like that. I gotta get Bitcoin in this shot. I got my Bitcoin shirt on. You guys like that? So the fact is that I see Ethereum dropping tremendously. And you know what my first thought is? Holy shoot. Let me go get along on Bitcoin because I'm sure it's down too. And so what happens is I pull up BitGet, which by the way, we'll have a BitGet link down below at the top. If you guys want to sign up for BitGet. Love BitGet. Got some great deals for you guys and stuff like that. I need to start talking more about the incentives that these exchanges give to you guys. And so that way, like, you can choose which one you want to sign up and know what you're getting. Because when you sign up for BitGet or some of these others, you get bonuses. And you know, sometimes you can hit the bonus on Stake, our number one sponsor. We love Stake. Don't forget about them. Go to bitboycrypto.com/stake if you want to sign up. US on the left, international on the right. Don't lose all your money. Be smart. Have fun. The whole 9 yards. But the point here is this, guys. When you see the price of crypto dropping, are you scared? Do you tense up a little bit? Do you say to yourself, oh man, like, this is not good. Price is going to go down further. This morning on my show, our 11:30 show, we talked about the fact that what I say is that it's probably not a good idea to buy alts right now because the dump we had on Bitcoin this morning, there was a potential that it was going to be a falling knife. I told you guys that. You've got to let these dumps play out a little bit to see what happens. God, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what to do about the Lamborghini is too fast for the video and it shakes. Maybe it doesn't shake as bad for you guys as it does for me, but it looks horrible. But the point is, y'all want me to get it, don't you? Would y'all want me to get it on here? That's safe, guys. That's very safe. Very safe driving. Very, very safe driving. Very safe. So the point is that, and I'll drive like a normal human now, like the rest of y'all. The point is that I see the price dropping and I immediately think, man, I gotta get along somewhere. So I go and I set along at like 25.8. It dropped all the way down to 25.2. It started bouncing up. I almost got it at 25.8 and I missed it by $5. There's nothing I hate more than missing something by $5. I missed my order by $5 and it didn't fill, and the price goes up to 26.3, 26.4, whatever it was. And I kind of FOMO'd in a little bit because I felt really strongly the bounce was going to continue. Check the indicators, it was screaming bounce. So what happens is I go into BitGet, I set along at 26.4 and it drops back down to 26.2. I sold. Now, these people may be bad to me, I don't know, I hope they're not. But guys, we made so much money with Casp on that spot trade, we took all the profits. And we took the rest of the profits and we put it into Bitcoin. And we did a leverage trade with it. Now I can buy a lot more, but we'll see what happens. So what happens is I'm on 20x, it's very high leverage, but I felt very strongly about this trade. I told you guys I had a bad loss the other day. I lost 0.27 the other day of Bitcoin. And so I felt very strongly about this. Well, the price drops back down to 26.2, and I add the rest of the assets into the long. So my average entry was 23.3 at this point, somewhere around there. I talked to Tim, I talked to Frank. I'm lying, I didn't actually talk to Frank. I made that part up. I did talk to Tim. The point is, I did due diligence. I should have talked to Frank, but he was on the show, so I couldn't. So I go into this long, and I'm on the phone with Tim, and he goes, hey, bro, like we talked about taking profits at 27,000. He goes, hey, bro, you may want to go check that trade. It was at 26.8, and I took the profits. Guys, I made 0.41 BTC in about 30 minutes on that trade. And I don't know where it's at now. Maybe it's up more. Maybe it hits 27, maybe it goes to 28. But I wiped out all of my trading losses from the last week where I had 3 unsuccessful trades in a row. And now we're back positive. We're back up again in the portfolio. So some really, really, really good stuff on the trade. Because guys, when I see the price drop, hit a support, and start to bounce, I get excited. I was thrilled because that's what you want when you're leverage trading. You don't want to be going in at these tops unless you're shorting. And so right now, what I'm going to do is watch the market a little bit. I'm going to take a breather. I'm not going to be actively trading every moment of the day, but I'm going to take a breather and I'm going to see if it drops again. And then I may go back in. And if I go back in, then I might look for another position for a long. Guys, you have to understand how strong that $25,200 support level is. Because when that was resistance, guys, it took us 2 or 3 months to get over 25.2 when things were actually like seeming like they were very bullish after the market had clearly bottomed and we were moving up. and Tim and I were discussing this. This is Tim Boy Crypto. That's not a real channel, by the way. Tim Coin Daily, they call it. Sorry. Tim R Us. Crypto Tim D.O. That's what they call him. Tim Warren, of course, brand manager of BitBoy Crypto. He's a TA guy. He has his own investing bros. You can go check it out. I think they spell it with a Z. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe it's an S. I don't know. That's how much I pay attention to Tim. I'm not going to see him come until he stabs me in the back and takes my show. By the way, that's a continual nonstop joke, guys. That's not meant to throw shade at anybody. Don't ever want anybody to think that. Tim, everybody in the chat is saying Tim's going to try to take over my show. Which, hey, he's doing a good job. So maybe he does. I don't know. So I talked to Tim and I said, Tim, I just don't think it's going below 25,200. Because he said if it goes below 25,200, it's going to 20. Well, yeah, probably, because if it goes below 25,200, that's a strong line. It's not going to pop right back above it. It can bounce off of it. It can wick below it very quickly and come back up. But if we establish some daily closes below 25,200, that's very bearish for quarter 4. That would potentially push our prediction of the Bitcoin bull running really beginning, not parabolic numbers, but beginning to move up, higher highs, lower lows in quarter 4 this year. That could push that all the way to quarter 1 of next year. Who knows? Who knows? Probably quarter 1 next year is when we would see it. So we don't want that. And why does he believe that it could go that low? Because of the level, because of the CME gap that's actually $19,900. It could wig down there and fill. But my argument is I don't think it can, because if it does, it's going to stay under there too long and it's probably going to mess up the cycle. So now, it's not to say it'll mess up the cycle for sure, but we could be looking at some more bearish numbers than we've been expecting. Now, some things are event-based, whatever. Like event-based on the upside, it could push past some of that. But we did have maybe an event-based situation today with this dump. Buy the rumor, sell the news, right? That's what people always say. Well, sell the rumor, buy the Bitcoin sometimes. That's what I do. That's what I did today. Number one, not a rumor. It believes it is confirmed that Evergrande has filed for bankruptcy in China. Don't hold me to that, by the way. This is news it's been reported to me, but I haven't looked it up myself. Guys, that's not news. We knew Evergrande was in a really bad situation already. That's not shocking, okay? So the other news is that Elon Musk and SpaceX have dumped potentially $400 million worth of Bitcoin. Almost 360, 350, somewhere around there. Close to $400 million worth of Bitcoin. Guys, I've done a turn on Elon Musk. You guys know I was not a fan of his at all. And what he's done with X, Twitter, I'm going to call it Twitter for all intents and purposes here, I think it's been really good and it's made me feel free and I've really enjoyed it. It's been good. The issue is he did some market manipulation, in my opinion, last year. And he did some market manipulation not last year, but in the bull market. Was it manipulation? I don't know. Did he know what he was going to do and say was going to move the market? Yes. Did he take advantage of it? I don't know. And I don't know if that's the line. Is that market manipulation? If you manipulate the markets and then you profit off of it? Or what if the president came out today and said, guys, the stock market is effed, but he didn't have any money on the stock market, the president? Is that market manipulation? If nobody told, let's just say he just randomly says it, that's his opinion. But he doesn't profit. Now, we know the president is a scammer, so obviously he's going to profit off of it. Let's say, let me give another better example. Let's say that Mark Zuckerberg comes out tomorrow and says that he believes that the stock price of Twitter, of X, if there is one, I think there's a stock price for it. He says it's going to go way up, and you find out that we don't own any, he doesn't own any, he's just saying it because he realizes he's losing, which once again, he would never do this. Is that manipulation, just the act of saying it? Or do you have to be doing things in the background? And I think that's what we don't know. Now, let me give you a theory here. Now, this theory is simply based on one thing and one thing only. Well, a couple things. Two things. Number one, it's based on the fact that obviously it makes sense to integrate crypto into X in the future. Okay, obviously. The second thing it's based on is the profile on X of Elon Musk. Guys, it has the X logo and it has the Dogecoin logo. Most people don't even see it. It's there. The thing is that I now believe he is going to integrate Dogecoin into Twitter, into X. So because of that, you have to wonder, what did he sell this for? Did he sell this for cash? I don't know. It's a private company, so they don't have to make it public, I don't think. Did he sell it for USDT? That's a better question. Because if Elon Musk just sold Bitcoin for USDT, it is highly possible, I'm not going to say likely, but highly possible that there could be some massive Dogecoin buys coming in soon. Because to integrate Dogecoin into X, there's going to have to be a massive amount of Dogecoin supply available for the platform. And when it comes to Elon Musk's personal holdings in Dogecoin, is there a conflict of interest if he used his personal holdings for that? I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe even potentially he could use the company money to buy his personal Dogecoin to turn around and use that for the business. Now, all of this is conjecture, okay? Doesn't mean that's what's happening. But I'm going to keep my eye on Dogecoin right now. And I am going to go ahead and be putting in a spot order on Dogecoin and see what happens. Like, just not all the money, just a little bit of the profit we just made, maybe $5,000, just to see what's going to occur. Because think about this, guys. This is Shiba's big week. Shiba just launched Shibarium yesterday and all the stuff they're doing. And so because of that, I don't know. Like, yes, the price didn't do well. The price of SHIB done because there was a problem with the bridge that they used. But the fact is, I can't fix that. I can't fix that. This sun visor is not good at all. That helps a little bit, I guess. Pretty sure it does have a burn mouth. But the point is, could this be Elon's way of stealing some of the thunder back from Shiba that just got back in the news big this week? Could be. Something to watch. So make sure you guys are tuning in tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. and also tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the channel. We're going to be looking at all this stuff and more. I made a huge trade today. Excited. So have a big out if you want. That's all I got. Be blessed. Big boy out.